What's your weapon of choice? Is it a shank or a gun? Is it chrome? Is it black? Do it got a red dot for when they on the run? Was it pleasure or business? Was it hard? Was it fun? How did you feel in the moment you couldn't undo what was done? How you get the blood out them Jordans? How you gon' forget about yesterday? Round here, beef cooking in any season. Hell's Kitchen getting hot, what's the recipe? What you do with that all-black hoodie, homie? You know the one with the blood on the sleeves. Who your alibi? Quick as hell to tell a lie. Talking about, yeah, he was chilling over here with me. Did you hit him with the click-clack? Did you hit him in the stomach with the shank like, Two more times with the In the car with the squad blue, some blue shit back. Did you see it on the news? Anybody talking about it online in the chit chat? Did you move around good enough, boy? Do you know where you kick back? Cause when it's lit, lit like big, ain't no way you can escape from it. Cause when it's lit, and it's legit, that day gon' come when you get that visit from real. Murderers. This is the music that's only for murderers. Murderer. This is the music that's only for murderers. You know what I'm talking about. 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 Boy, you know what I'm talking about. Boy, you know what I'm talking about.
You listen to Support the Dope Radio, and that was Murderers by my very special guest, veteran MC and spoken word artist PHENOM. That boy said, how you get them blood out them Jordans? That boy said,
yeah.
That boy said, that's why you have that name. Because you say stuff like that. But I totally get how that can be a mirror for people, and to get them chanting that, to actually think about it and start the conversation, that was kind of dope. So that's what's up. I appreciate that one. So let's talk about, the situation in Chicago. And I think the first thing I want to talk to you about is because I know that a lot of people had, started putting out T-shirts and baseball caps and, social media campaigns to stop people from calling Chicago Chirac. And I noticed just yesterday someone on Facebook referring to, and they weren't from Chicago, they were from Florida, I believe, referring to Chicago as Chirac. How do you feel about that term, and do you use it?
I don't use it, and I don't think the term really reflects the whole of Chicago, but that's our name. It's like trying to get rid of the word nigga. You can't.
Right.
That's there. It's there. When we go anywhere, I've been in different cities, man. The first thing they say, Chirac. They all on the mic. Yo, we got some people from Chirac in here. When Young Thug came here, it was awkward. Man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like at the big jam. I went. And Young Thug stayed. He was like, yo, what's up, Chirac? And the crowd went silent. It was weird. But that's what he knows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's celebrating, you know what I'm saying? I took your chick, I hit your man in the side of the dome with the 40 fizzle, and that's killing, and we kill here. And so if y'all kill it, we kill it, what's up? Right. And y'all got the kill name. Y'all kill the most. Y'all Chirac. That's what he's thinking. But the people that's here know that we more than the kill.
Right. So
it's
I know that...
beautiful.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually beautiful here. And within, I read the book Night by Eli Wiesel talking about the Holocaust. And inside of the Holocaust, they still play games. They still told stories and talked to each other. And inside of that hell, they still found a way to keep heaven alive. And so we have that ability. You just have to be here. And I know what it looks like. We look like Compton right now.
Right. So what is in your opinion, what is the solution? Or is there a solution?
Of course there's a solution. Of course. and the ripple effect. But the target is everybody's trying to get the guns off the streets. The guns don't do nothing, man. We just had 2 stabbings that killed people.
Right.
After the guns off the street, now they're gonna say get the knives off the street, and we're gonna have people getting beat with bats and then poisoned and stuff. It is the intent. People find other ways to kill people. They kill people with cars, run them over, and they jump people. Darion Albert didn't get shot; he got beat with a 2x4. You know, and that was tragic.
Right.
So the solve is none of those things could have even happened if those kids was doing something.
Doing something positive.
If they was busy.
Right.
If they was at work, if they were at home, if they was in a program, if they was doing something constructive that they were working towards, where they get something at the end, why would they be there?
Right. So a lot. Go ahead.
There's the lack of something to do is the main thing. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. You can work with a youth all day, man. I've been working with youth, man, since I was 15, a sortie, man. Once you give them something to do, they are out of the line of trouble. Once they finish that, they're going right back towards trouble. But when you give them something to do matters, then when they leave you, they focused on what they're coming back to do, to finish. And if they get in trouble, they can't finish what they started, and there's disappointment within themselves.
Right. So a lot of what you do is, especially the events you attend and the events you put on, and you do a lot of service towards the youth in Chicago. And what some people don't know is that you're the founder of Poetry Chicago, and peace to Brother Mike Hawkins. How has that evolved into what we now know as Lyric? What does Lyric stand for?
Lyric stands for Let Your Rhymes Inspire Creativity. It started by myself and K-Love, but we let the youth come up with that name. So they came up with that name inside of South Shore High School in 2009, September. And so those kids were out of trouble. They were in the room with us after school, where people were actually getting shot. And so what we did was we gave them something that they felt empowered about. We didn't come up with a name, me and K-Love, and say, all right, this is who y'all are. We said, what do you think the name of this group should be? If it's a group, do you think it's a group? And the people that wanted to be in the group come up with the name. And so their constructive energy was towards building the legacy. And look at the legacy that they built, man.
Right.
Look, they can now say to their kids, while I was not in violence and I was in after school, I started something that's in the neighborhood and helping other kids still, and I'm not even there.
Right. So what is the most important message that you feel like is instilled in the youth that come to be a part of Lyric?
Well, all Lyric is just a group of people who agree to represent the same thing. That's all it is. We agree to represent the same thing. And then after we agree to represent that same thing, there's a bunch of ifs that come with that. If you represent us, then you can't do this. If you represent this, then you can't go there. Right. If you represent this, you go study. Then you go do this, then you go do that. But if you don't represent us, then you can go back to being whoever you were. But what we get for being us and agreeing together, we get to eat, we get respect, we get notoriety, we get to go places we never would have been by ourselves. It works. So when, just like the gangs understand, the cliques, the hood understand, when we come together and agree for the same thing, we get stuff. And all of that is deriving from a principle of what God was talking about, 2 or more gather in my name and I'll be present.
Right.
And so when we gather in the name of something, we give power to it. So what do we want to give power to? We give power to the gunshot scene more than we do the little youth that's doing positive stuff in the hood. Little youth trying to sell his tickets for people to come to the show, but nobody comes. Somebody gets shot outside, everybody out there. So whatever we give power to is going to increase. and we talk about violence more than we talk about success.
Yep.
Look at our music. Our music talks more about gunshot than about, oh, I changed myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the answer is there. We don't really want the answer. The music been bad. We don't really want to acknowledge that. Kodak Black and the rest of them ain't the first ones to talk about smoking. You had Wiz Khalifa a little while ago, and before Wiz, you had Snoop. And before Snoop, you had what's his name? Rick James.
Right. Rick James.
Rick James.
Right.
That's about weed.
Right.
You know, so and before that, you have Cab Calloway with Reefer Man. You know what I'm saying? So people been killing and they rap since NWA and before that. You know, so we can't really blame Sosa and the rest of them that's going hard, 21 Sav and all of them. We can't really blame them. They're just doing what they saw was successful. And they became successful inside of that system. What we got to do is give power to the other stuff. Go out to the shows. When you see Huey Gang, go. That's why Chance is where he is, because
absolutely
he was able to speak to a specific group of people that agreed on what he talked about.
Yeah, shout out to Chance the Rapper, and congratulations to Chance the Rapper on his 3 Grammy wins. That's amazing. No,
big up. Yeah, man. And when we was tutoring Chance, man, in the program, when Brother Mike he started a digital youth network over here on 47 at Little Black Pearl. It was a beautiful thing. The youth were exposed to ideas that they never really conceived of. They were remixing videos that were already out. They remixed them to be positive things. And then he went from that to Harold Washington inside. You got to understand the audience that Chance was given there at U Media with Brother Mike. That is the center of the world. Think about it. That's right down in the middle of Chicago, the Magnificent Mile. And that is a Washington Library. So at any moment, somebody from Slovakia could walk through those doors, or Germany, or fresh from China, people who was tourists. And you got kids from different neighborhoods that meet centrally downtown. So you had all these walks of life, which is what hip-hop was. So what Brother Mike created over there, man, was real hip-hop, where you don't have to, there's no industry here. And so when Chano got bigger, he started to notice the industry trying to really take control of that, but he was already instilled with those principles. He saw it work. He saw it every Wednesday, man. You had the hottest talent. The concerts, the show was like a concert. The open mic was like a concert. Then after that, they dance and footwork, and you hear people pivot. It was a movement, man. And when somebody died, it was like, wow, it rocked the whole crowd. Like people showing up crying, and that you don't get in the industry. You got to be somebody fake. And so what he's bringing to the industry is that U Media essence, and they don't understand it. Like, how do we make money off this? Like, why doesn't he want more money? Because it's not the money, it's that feeling with every pivot. You don't have to pay to say that. You know what I'm saying? So when he do his concerts, man, and he just did that voting thing, nobody really publicized that too much. But when it was time to vote for the president, he was down at Grant Park, and that was free.
Right.
For the kid. You know what I'm saying? And kids in Grant Park doing a hip-hop concert?
Right.
What in Chicago? What? That's power. And who is he signed with? He's not signed.
Not signed.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's just recreating that Wednesday out here in the park. And everybody's looking at him like, wow, who is he? He's just a young man that loves the people rather than the thing itself.
Absolutely. I love it. We love Chance. And we love everything that you and Brother Mike have done for our youth in the city of Chicago. So we want to talk a little bit more about your involvement in spoken word and how you got that start. But we're going to take a quick break so that we can get into another one of your songs here. You have one called Your Way featuring Jazz Star.